Hey collectors! Welcome back to my channel, Duncan the Collector. For today's video, we'll be reviewing the Isla Sorna Capture Pack and the Hammond Collection Parasaurolophus. These both look awesome. I'm glad I have these both, as I think they're perfect to review together. Both sets are based on the Lost World, with big game hunter Roland Tembo and his Ingen Jeep tracking his legacy juvenile Parasaurolophus and the adult Hammond Collection Parasaurolophus. I absolutely cannot wait to get some photos of these guys in the wild, along with the rest of my Parasaurolophus herd. Let's start with the Legacy Collection Capture Pack. The packaging is fairly unique, with the bright blue sky, pine trees, and the ground thatch. Otherwise, it's what you'd expect with lots of diagrams, renders, and logos. The back of the box showcases a couple other figures in the Legacy line, along with a hilarious photo of a very intense Roland Tembo launching a tranq dart while racing towards Frankenstein's Parasaurolophus, not realizing his driver has abandoned him to ghost ride and who knows what. While it is a funny photo, it does showcase a couple of the set's flaws that I get into later in the video. Now that we have that out of the way, let's get everything unboxed. Wow, this looks like an epic pack. First, let's take a look at the Parasaurolophus. This is a new sculpt and the first juvenile para, and it looks really okay. Definitely better than the picture on the back of the box. That thing looked like it should have had neck bolts. There's lots of good detail with lots of bumps, wrinkles, and some scales. The Parasaurolophus has standard arm and leg articulation. Her head actually has a great range of movement, although it would be preferable if she had neck articulation. Her paint job is pretty cool. I really like the spotted pattern on her back and crest. It really adds to the figure. One thing that drives me mad about the figure is the fact the Parasaur has slit eyes. It looks really weird. I don't know how it was made this way. There isn't a single Parasaurolophus in the entire series that has slit eyes. This figure also has a very thick neck and a tiny head. There also isn't a way to pose this figure other than standing where it doesn't look ridiculous. As always, there is a pull tab on her back. Pull it out to reveal the scan code for the Jurassic Facts app. And there it is if you'd like it. Overall, this is a fairly nice new para, but it's probably my least favorite of the line. Next, let's take a look at a new figure for the line, Rowan Tembo. Rowan looks great. He's definitely got some fantastic details. He has some really cool boots with lots of great accents. He has some nice cargo shorts, and his shirt has some good detail. His jacket looks great. I love all the little pockets. His little watch is simple but effective. It's in this really nice dark silver color. Rowan's hat looks really good, and his face sculpt is great. It really looks like the late Pete Postlethwaite. I think this is one of Mattel's most accurate likenesses. I think it would have been great if he came with his rifle, but overall, this is a very well done figure. Great job, Mattel! Now, we'll look at probably the most exciting thing of the set, the Ingen Jeep. The Jeep looks fantastic. On the side, it has tons of awesome details, like bolts, vents, engine logos, and nice big knobby tires. The rims look nice, but a bit of paint would have been nice. From the back, you can see nice details like a gas can and taillight stickers. You can also see side view mirror stickers, which looks really nice. There's also these two little holes where you can put your spare missiles. This is really nice so you don't lose them. There's also a nice gray roll cage which extends to the front, which also looks great. It has a nicely sculpted hood with vents, deep details, and a large Ingen logo. There's a cool bush guard to protect a rotating spare tire and nice looking headlights. There are also two searchlights on it. There's also two large searchlights on a beefy windshield protector that doesn't leave much room to see, which seems like a big safety hazard. I'm not sure what it's protecting anyways, especially considering how open the rest of the vehicle is. Now, let's look at the two action features this vehicle has. If you press this first button, the side panel pops out. The set includes 3 missiles / tranquilizer darts. I think you can see where this is going. And no, not suppositories.
Say what?
You load in a dart, then you press this button, and there it goes. That's a really neat action. Before we wrap things up, let's take a quick look at the interior. The seats have some nice padding, and it looks really nice. The steering wheel and dash are pretty nice. There are little cup holders and a center console. There's some nice texturing on the floor, and finally, there's a little screen with some statistics of the Parasaurolophus. Overall, this is a really awesome set, but the para is definitely the weakest part of it. Now, let's have a look at the Hammond Collection Parasaurolophus. Let's take a quick look at her packaging. The packaging isn't the most exciting. It's primarily this metal cage-like design. At the front, there's an embossed T-Rex design and a window to see the figure. Of course, you have your logo and names, and there's this cool little tree design at the bottom. The top of the box has another T-Rex logo, some lighting, and some pistons. The left side of the box has a Hammond Collection logo, and the right side has a para render with a Lost World logo. The back of the box has another para render, some more logos, and a cool scene from the movie. It's the dinosaur hunt. Now that we have that out of the way, let's get her unboxed. The Parasaurolophus looks great. Her tail came detached, so you're going to have to put that on. But there she is. She has so much great detail, with lots of scales, wrinkles, creases, and scoots. Her paint job is great. It looks like it was pulled straight from the movie. It's a really nice throwback to Kenner's Lost World para. It looks really great, but for a premium figure, her dew claws and her nails should have been painted. But otherwise, I really love the paint job. Unlike the last para, her eyes look great. They have the perfect amount of gloss, and they aren't slitted. I gotta say, the crest has some amazing detail. It looks really realistic. Overall, her sculpt and paint job is fantastic. Now, let's look at her massive amount of articulation. Let's start at the head. Her jaw can open, which is a fantastic detail. Her head is on a ball joint and has a pretty good range of movement. The neck is also on a ball joint and gives a really great range of articulation. Her arms are on a rotating hinge joint, and her elbows are on a swivel hinge joint. Her thighs can pivot, and they can go pretty far back, but not as far forward because of her hefty shape. Her knees are on a rotating hinge joint, and they have a decent range of movement, and so do her lower legs. And finally, her tail is on a ball joint and has an okay range of movement, but it does have a wire frame like Bendham's, so you can position it however you like. That was a lot of articulation. The figure, however, doesn't have any sounds or actions, but that's because this is a figure more meant for adult collectors. Overall, this is a really great figure. Its only problem is its lack of painted nails. Now here are my final thoughts. The Isla Sorna capture pack is fantastic. Roland Tembo is one of the greatest figures we've gotten this year. The Jeep is really cool and unique compared to other vehicles Mattel has done. My only complaint for these two is the fact that Roland Tembo never rode in this Jeep. He rode in a different Jeep with Peter Ludlow and an unnamed driver. Now the Parasaurolophus is mediocre. The sculpt is okay and the paint job is quite good, but none of the nails are painted, the eyes are kind of terrible, the neck is way too thick, and the head is kind of small. My only other thought for this set is, for the price, it would be nice to get a second figure. AJ Sadu or Peter Ludlow would be a dream, but at the very least, a generic driver would be nice. But technically, for this Jeep, the most accurate figures would have been Dieter, Stark, and Carter. That being said, I would definitely recommend this set. The Hammond Collection Para is a beautifully sculpted figure with a really nice paint scheme. The amount of articulation this figure has is amazing. I really like her. Its only problem is its lack of painted nails. Overall, this is an awesome figure and I definitely recommend it. Well, I guess that's it for now. So if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. And if you didn't, hit the dislike and unsubscribe buttons. If you like toy photography, pictures of Cheddar the cat, Cheetah the dog, or Daisy the dog, follow me on Instagram. If you'd like your collection to be featured in a video, message me in the comments down below or hit me up on Instagram. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now, and have fun collecting!